As we come right into the 8:30 high beam this morning, and it's our privilege to be talking this morning to Kevin Miller, who is the Director of Communications for Habitat for Humanity, East Central Ohio. Kevin, thanks for coming in. Good morning.
Good morning. It's my pleasure.
We're glad to have you. And tell me a little bit about this. It seems that a milestone has been reached. What does the number 600 mean for you guys?
It means everything to us as an organization, but it means a lot more to families and children all over East Central Ohio. So in 1988, Habitat for Humanity began working locally with a handful of volunteers to build its first house. At that time, we were known as Habitat for Humanity of Greater Canton, and we've since expanded to cover all of East Central Ohio, including Stark, Carroll, Tuscarawas, Harrison, and Jefferson counties. And 600 means last couple of days, we've raised the walls of our 600th house.
Wow.
And that represents thousands of individuals who are now living in decent, affordable housing, when before they were living in substandard housing or housing that's unsafe or unaffordable. And so we're just celebrating a huge milestone. That represents, we have 6,000 volunteers a year these days. So that represents just an incredible amount of volunteers over the years, an incredible amount of materials, things like nails. I mean, imagine how many nails have been pounded by Habitat for Humanity East Central Ohio in the last nearly 35 years. So from 1988 to now, 600 houses, and that includes new construction and home preservation and all of that. So we're just incredibly honored that we've had the opportunity to have this sort of longevity, this sort of impact. And it's all because people like your listeners are connecting with Habitat for Humanity and believing in the power of what a decent, affordable home can do for a family who needs a strong foundation. So, 600 means a lot to us today, for sure.
Well, the organization is to be congratulated, and all the people who have come together to help make that happen. And I'm sure the families more than appreciate that. But 600 is not where you're stopping. Yeah. So how do you go from here?
No, of course not. Yeah, of course not. We're going to keep building and renovating. We do whole neighborhood revitalization projects now. We really have fine-tuned our work, and we have an incredible team of people that are passionate about helping families escape what we recognize as the cycle of poverty, this sort of mindset and life situation that really does keep people trapped in a cycle of substandard housing and instability. And so our team works really hard, and we have for 35 years to help families discover the opportunities they have to break that cycle and believe in better for themselves and their children. It's an incredible thing to be a part of. And this is my 8th year at Habitat for Humanity East Central Ohio, and if I finish out all my days working here doing this effort because it means so much, I'd be a happy camper.
Yeah, well, you sound like one, so that's good.
Well, good.
Good. If we could be a little selfish in Tuscarawas County, what are your plans for our very local area here?
Yeah, so we've been building. We've done about 20 homes in Tuscarawas County, and that includes new construction and some preserva homes as well. So there's no stopping us down there with efforts like Run for Home that help us raise funds and the awareness to do the sort of work that we do. There's just no stopping that work as well. And again, we talked about Run for Home, I think, last time we spoke. Mm-hmm. And I want to say again, thanks to everyone who was a participant, an organizer, all of that, for participating in this year's event. And in 14 years, that event's raised about $230,000. I think they're still calculating the totals for this year. But that's just an incredible investment in the local community. And so we're going to continue doing our work. I will tell you that one thing we desperately need in Tuscarawas County is land, and that's land to build on or properties that could be either donated or sold to Habitat for Humanity that we can improve and preserve. We're open to that as well. So properties come to us in a number of ways. I kind of touched on it a second ago, but they can be donated to Habitat, and of course the tax benefit of that can be realized by the donor. We can purchase them if it seems feasible for, with all things considered. There are also the possibilities of demolishing blighted properties, if those exist, where we can clear the land that has a property that needs to be demolished or removed and utilize that property for new construction. So there are all kinds of possibilities that we can utilize to get land in Tuscarawas County to continue our work, but it's a serious need right now. And I would say that if anyone's listening and has some thought in mind or knows of someone that could get in touch with us, we would be very grateful. Our number to call is 330-915-5888. And we've got a whole department dedicated to neighborhood investment, which includes property acquisition and land development and all of that. And they would love to speak about just the possibilities. Even if you're not sure, listeners not sure about a property, give us a call and let us chat about it, because there's a need in Tuscarawas County for decent, affordable housing. We have a solution. We just need the places to build and renovate homes that exist. So land.
Yeah. We're talking to Kevin Miller of Habitat for Humanity, East Central Ohio. Kevin, we'll have you repeat that number when we're done here. But first, I want to say there's another great resource that you've got on the southwest side over there, the Restore. So what is that? How does that get supplied, and who's allowed to use it?
Yeah, so Habitat for Humanity Restore is a key part of how we fund every home that we build, whether it's in Tuscarawas County or across all of East Central Ohio. Restore is a nonprofit thrift store and donation center where the public donates new and gently used home goods and building materials. We then sell those items to the public. Anyone can shop at Restore, and we sell them items usually around 50 to 90% off regular retail prices. And then every dollar we make goes back into building homes with families who need decent, affordable housing. We offer free pickup for donation, especially larger items, so we can accommodate that sort of thing. Folks can drop off donated items anytime we're open, and that, again, that's just an incredible way that the community can support the work of Habitat for Humanity while also keeping usable materials out of a landfill, while getting items they no longer have a use for out of their home and space so they can make room for something better. And it's just a win-win-win for everyone involved. And Restore, like you said, is on the southwest side of Canton. So it's just a quick trip up 77. And it's particularly great right now because of the crazy prices that are happening just with everything in the world these days. You can get quality products that are clean, fully sanitized, and quality items. You can get those at Restore for just a fraction of the price of regular furniture stores. And of course, delayed deliveries are everywhere as well. So even if someone's waiting for a piece of furniture or a home good that they've ordered that's not going to arrive for quite a while, Restore might be the solution in the meantime. So again, free delivery, incredible prices, incredible community impact that lasts. And I can give you a phone number here for free donation pickup, and also to get more information. So here we go. It's 330-915-5920. And our website, where you can even schedule free donation pickup without talking to a human being if you don't like to speak on the phone, is www.restoreeco.org.
Kevin, will that work for somebody who might be thinking that they have a few hours they'd like to volunteer as well?
Yeah, we do accept volunteers at Restore as well, especially if you're just willing to do whatever it takes. Things like stocking shelves and moving product, taking pictures of inventory. It really, Habitat is that way in general. So whatever your skill set or stage of life or passion, there's a place for you to serve with Habitat for Humanity. It doesn't always have to be on a work site swinging a hammer. It can be in a retail operation like Restore, or it can be in an office helping us to make sure we're organized and filing things appropriately. I mean, taking meals to work sites and praying and doing devotions on work sites with volunteers. There's really something for everybody, and Restore, of course, is no exception to that.
Well, that's so good. We appreciate your care for your fellow brothers and sisters. So, again, give us the number that you gave earlier when we were talking about the main
Sure
number
thing.
to get a
I'll
hold
give
of
you
you.
the summary here. How
Okay.
about that? I'll summarize everything. We got Habitat for Humanity East Central Ohio for volunteerism, for donating, for land conversations. That phone number is 330-915-5888, and our website is habitateco.org. And then for Habitat for Humanity Restore on the southwest side of Canton, the phone number is 330-915-5920, and the website is restoreeco.org, and that's for free donation pickup and more information about what Restore is and how it helps the community.
Well, Kevin, thanks a lot. We sure appreciate it. I know summer's busy time. How about if we talk to you again next month sometime and get some updates?
I'm sure there'll be an incredible milestone met by then, another one, and we'll have more great news. So I'd love it. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you then. That is Kevin Miller. He is the Director of Communications for Habitat for Humanity East Central Ohio on our 830 High Beam this morning.